It's postseason baseball time. The Tennessee Vols, of course, the SEC, college baseball in general, they're ready to start their conference tournaments this week. And for Tennessee, it's a chance to wipe the slate clean after what was not an ideal end to the season. But now you got a clean slate. As I say before, national championships are not won in May. They're won in June here along the way. We saw it last year. Tennessee will start this week in Hoover on Wednesday, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a few other things. Make sure you hit the like. If you know anybody that has not found the content, share that out for them as well. And if you have not already, hit that subscribe button. It is free. Get your notifications as I'll be live. I'll get into that this week. It's going to be a little tough on Wednesday, but we'll look at it the rest of the way there as well. But 20 away from 4,000. I'm looking at when we get to 4,000, finally putting out some merchandise, some merch along the way. Look at some thoughts, still mess up the logo a little bit. So then I'll go from there. But let's get into this. 3 things I'm going to talk about here is Southeastern Conference announced their postseason awards today. We'll talk about that. Tennessee got a big-time commitment for 2025 flip from Mississippi State this evening. And then we'll talk about Hoover a little bit as well and what's at stake there. Liam Doyle today was announced as the SEC Pitcher of the Year. He's the 3rd Vol ever to do it. Luke Hochaver, 2005, Chase Dolander, 2022, and now Liam Doyle this year. Heck of a year for him and what he's done. Those 2 Ole Miss transfers have meant so much to this team this year. Where would this team be without them? I mean, it's kind of scary to think about that as well. But Doyle is rightfully the SEC Pitcher of the Year. Did so many good things this year for Tennessee. Yeah, I know the last start was not all that. It was not one of his better outings. He just didn't have the control that game. But all year, he's been really solid. Done, again, how many of these times has he gotten Tennessee out of the gates? And they go from there. Doyle, SEC Pitcher of the Year. Andrew Fisher, talked about the Ole Miss transfers. Andrew Fisher, first team All-SEC at first base. Gavin Keelan, first team All-SEC second base. And then Hunter Ensley was All-SEC second team outfield here as well. Congrats to all these guys for making it. Well-deserved for them. And, I know this team didn't end where we wanted this year. There's still some players. There's still some capability here as well as we move forward. Now, I want to shift gears just a little bit to recruiting in Tennessee. And, again, when you get these highly rated prospects, do they make it to campus? So Trent Grenlinger is the name. I'm going to pull up some video of him. He is a catcher from Huntington Beach, California. He was committed to Mississippi State. He has flipped. I saw Eric Kane, VolQuest.com, said maybe, he said you never know with these guys, but he said, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that he will go to the draft. So that's something to keep in mind with him as well. And again, it's showing this is the perfect game, All-American Classic. They're showing him throwing down. There'll be some of him. There was one video I'd pulled up. I had to redo this video. I pulled it up and we'll look at, and it's like a freaking 10-pitch at bat. It was walks, foul, plenty of balls, fouling off balls, and it finally just went from there. So here you can see pretty effortless, it looks like, getting the ball down. You get him in a college weight program as well. That's going to probably pick up a little bit as well. You're going to build those legs up. You're going to build those muscles up that get you up. So pretty effortless there. Pretty good looking swing. There's some, if you YouTube the name, pull up where they put it in slow motion, you see he's got a good swing. He's getting a lot into it as well. And if there's, any guys at this level, if they do need a little bit of tweaking, they'll tweak them in college as well. But pretty good swing. How ready would this guy be to come in and play? I feel like if you're ranked top 30, you should probably be ready to come in and play there. So, there's a few ways this thing could go next year. I'm a believer. I think Cannon Peebles probably gets drafted, but let's say in the event he comes back, you got Peebles, you got Stone Lawless, and then you would have, if Grinlinger does make it in, we'll see. I think you take every top guy you get and you hope you get some in, like they did this past year on it as well. Will all the guys Tennessee has committed right now make it in? No. There will Billy Carlson. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion. One of the draft things I saw this week said seems like the Pirates are really zeroing in on him. There's going to be other guys. I'll hit that more as we get to the end, whether that's after regional supers or whether this team makes it to Omaha. And they still can make it there. Make no mistake about it. But good commit. We'll see if he makes it to campus. But you always got to you take talent. If talent wants to come, you take it. And you take that risk of whether they go to the draft or not. Great job by Tony Vitale and staff to flip him. Now, Hoover starts Wednesday. Tennessee plays at 10:30 a.m. They will play the winner of Alabama and Missouri. Based on if we're wanting to host, we need to play Alabama. That's where your higher RPI is. And then if you were to beat them, you would play Texas. If Tennessee gets those 2 wins, they may still have a chance to host, but then you need other help because teams like Florida, Ole Miss are being mentioned as possible hosts. You get into the TCUs, the Dallas Baptist, West Virginia's, Georgia Tech's, some of these along the way. Some of these are on that bubble of hosting. You've got to hope that maybe they get knocked off early. Tennessee wins 2 or 3 games. A lot of these bubble hosts get beat. You may be in there at that point, especially if you got South Carolina beats Florida. I think that they play one another. If I'm not mistaken, you get, let's say South Carolina wins a couple of games. They beat Florida and Ole Miss here. That would probably knock both of them out of hosting at that point. But, that's still where we're at that point in time, that we need that help on it. Now, if you go and win Hoover, you probably get a host at that point. But still yet, you need help right now. And that's kind of where we're at because the SEC, Alabama's a potential host. You beat Alabama, that's going to help. Texas, of course, is potential number 1 overall. You beat them, that's going to help along the way. So Tennessee still has a chance with it. But, here's the good thing. Tennessee's in. They're solidly in the tournament. That's not going to change anything along the way. It's just a matter of right now, where do you go? Is it going to it's still going to take some help to get to host in Knoxville. The most recent projections, a couple of them have them going to Atlanta to play Georgia Tech. This thing could change quite a bit over the weekend. And normally they announce the tournament on Monday. So my plan will be Monday to do a live. Normally it's around noon. So we'll do a live show and kind of watch. I'm not going to pull it up here. I got dinged on it for doing it for the NCAA tournament for the men's bracket. But we'll definitely pull it up and watch it together. Now, talking about Hoover, who's going to start on Wednesday? My educated guess says Michael Sharman because he's kind of been that midweek guy the last few weeks, and I think they're moving up there as well. It wouldn't shock me to see A.J. Russell or Nate Snead start as well, though, because I was reading the article. They have kind of gone with their, release. Snead started last year, 2023. It was Seth Halverson that started the opening game in Hoover. I would be absolutely shocked to see Phillips, Doyle, or Coons start. I think you try to keep your rotation on the same pace. So, maybe you move them up Thursday, but all of your regional games, the first game's either going to be Friday or Saturday. It's either going to be a Friday through Sunday regional or it'll be a Saturday through Monday, depending on how it's put. So, again, that's my guess. It'll be Michael Sharman, but I would not, and I could be wrong on all this. Who knows? But if it's not Sharman, I would think Russell or Snead is probably where they start with this one. And, if they're if they want to get some guys some rest, I don't think it's the end of the world if they lose on Wednesday. What's it worth right now? How much is it worth? You always want to go and try to win, but there's some years like 2023 lost the first game. They went to the Clemson regional. They won the regional and the super. Maybe you get there again. Where you're looking at probably, if you are not the one, as it looks likely, let's say you go to Atlanta, you're probably going to be with the 15th or 16th overall. So you're going to be paired with a Texas or an Arkansas or a Vanderbilt there along the way for the supers. But you can't worry about that. Regionals are what matters. And again, I say when they get to the regionals, they're going to have a chance to get out of it. There's a difference in not playing SEC teams versus playing them. Tennessee ran into all their trouble in SEC play. You will get a break from that in the regionals. I think that'll bode well for them as well. But we'll see. Or it'll bode well, not bold well. I'm sorry on that. It will bode well for them. Will not be live Wednesday because it's at 10:30. I work during the day, just like probably a lot of you do. But I definitely have a video that evening to kind of discuss where we're at. Thursday, if they make it to Thursday, we should be able to go live, or I'll be able to go live on that as well. I appreciate you guys' support. Again, make sure you hit the like, the share, the subscribe. Check out the links in the description, the channel memberships, the channel Patreon for as little as $1 a month can go to help the channel there as well. Or if you just want to say thanks, the bottom right corner, those super thanks, they are greatly appreciated. Go to help the channel as well. This is Frank. This is the House of Orange. Have a great rest of your Monday. Last but not least, it's always a great day to wear the orange.